Alright, I'm recording right now.
Okay, so we're good.
Oh boy.
So,
We really need to find a cameraman, but welcome to the staging area, everybody. Episode 4. We are talking about local metas and how they differ from each other and from those metas to a national stage. We may ramble a bit. We're going to try to keep this under half an hour because it's a very vast topic. So we're just going to try to touch on some points. I am joined by two good gentlemen, a couple of veterans for our play group with
Trip
Pants, Tyler Pease, and Aaron, Mr. Rigman of Death Williams. So I guess we should start off with defining what a meta is, I think, right?
Yeah.
That'd probably be the best way to do it. Tyler, what is your opinion on what a meta is?
A meta, I would define as purely your expectations as to whether it's locally or nationally what you expect to see when you arrive at it.
Sure.
And I don't really have
Pretty much it. Okay. Aaron, what's your opinion on what a meta? What a meta is?
It's pretty well just the big what to expect.
Okay.
What everyone seems to not shut up about.
Okay, kind of like what Tyler said. I see that those are valid points, but I see a meta is in what players are playing at certain areas or spots. Those are a meta. Our meta varies from the Omaha meta,
Right,
which
absolutely.
varies from the Calgary meta, which varies from.
We almost don't have it.
Yeah. Honestly, we kind of don't because we all play the same type of decks all the time. Which leads us into the next point. Within a meta, there are different types of decks that make up that meta. So I know that we have 4 types of decks. So Aaron, why don't you lead us off with what aggro is?
Aggro is the fun deck. You want to kill them as fast as possible before they have the chance to get established. Like turn 2 or 3, you want them dead.
That's also true. So for example, like your Ringman deck. And you
Yeah.
played with PTC.
You just drop 3 foundations and then turn 2, you kill them. They block 2 of your attacks and you still beat them for 21 damage.
That will do it. Now.
Sorry, Corey.
Rest in peace. So I fall into this type of player, a control player. That basically means that I like to influence my opponent's decisions at all times as much as I can to I guess for lack of a better word, control the outcome. That usually is a later game type deck, usually mid-range to late game. Usually between turns, I would say like 5 to 7. I think Garrett Brett is the most famous late game player, I would say, that I know of personally. So I try to kind of model my game after him because he has the cardboard to prove it.
You're not
So
a control player, you're the
play
abusive
the
dad
cardboard.
player.
I am the abusive dad player. That is also correct. But I've always been a control player in card games, so there's that. So I've always liked that. The next deck, type of deck we talk about is a tempo deck. Tempo is a really hard thing to define. Really, I believe tempo at its purest form is outpacing your opponent on board state.
It's establishing a flow and keeping the flow.
Yeah, it's good at all times during the game. It's good late game, middle game, and late game, and late game, early game, middle game. It's the backwards, but
Yeah.
you guys get the point. I would say like Metal Man
Very much a tempo.
is very much a tempo deck. The Void build that you built for the Rockford PTC was
Very
a
much a
tempo
tempo
deck. You like to outpace your opponent, considering that every time you throw an attack, you build if it hits. So
Yeah.
that was really good. Now this last deck type really falls under what Tyler is, and if you want to take it away, Tyler.
So the last deck type is a combo deck. A combo deck relies on a few specific pieces being in place, and once those pieces are in place is when you start going through.
Kind of like Infinite Ava in
Yeah,
a way. I know you
very-
don't play the deck.
No, that is very
but
much a
that's
combo
a
deck.
combo deck right there. I've seen that go off as early as turn 2. Nathan Reese Haffey knows all about the turn 2 Ava Infinite Hi.
Absolutely. Thomas Hollywood Gordon, you suck.
So yeah, shout out to Thomas Gordon. You got a hater. So
So it doesn't necessarily matter what turn it is, as long as the pieces are in places when you start
true.
picking your game.
It's more like a combo deck is more. What's the term? Not as good in the early game.
Gimmicky?
It's gimmicky, yeah. No, I'm saying it's easier to disrupt early game, but as it gets its pieces together, it becomes pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then like you take those four and you throw them into your locals. I believe we may be the only group that actively posts our weekly results because we like to see what other people, we want people to know what we're playing, even though we may be bad and have never topped or whatever, one cardboard. But we like to put out our information so people know what people are playing, because everyone wants to know, what's Calgary playing, what's Omaha playing.
No one wants to give away the secret tech, but in preparation for national events, I understand that. But
Yeah, but for, like-
but if you're just playing weeklies,
In downtime.
Yeah.
So with that point, with each local meta, they differ so much. I have a few examples. Rockford here, we usually do we're like a mid-rangey tempo scaling. Other than Aaron, everyone kind of plays mid to late game decks. I have no idea why. Our meta is really, even when meta was turn 0, like at Worlds, we didn't have that here. A lot of us don't play, other than myself and Trent, who's not here. Aaron plays Ringman. No one really plays the meta decks, like the top decks. Maybe in preparation for Nationals or Worlds, we get a week together. We all play World Beater decks, and other than that, that's pretty much it.
Outside of Ringman, the only top one I played was Shen.
Yeah, you had a Shen deck for a while. Vegas has a tempo orientated with a mid-game beatdown to late-game grinding with throws and stuff. That was from Ryan Pham. Kevin DeMarco said all Calgary is late-game scaling, which is very understandable. Also, thank you for Kevin DeMarco, Toy Soldiers, for giving us this topic. We appreciate that, man. Omaha, I got this from Mason and Miles. They're an early turn aggro to mid-game beats. Rochester, this is from Jesse Cervini, is also a mid-game, early to mid-game type tempo decks. He said that the decks are going to go a lot faster now with Quetzal and stuff like that coming in, Napalm Man coming in. Everyone knows Atlanta's the aggro state, country, county. They're the king of aggro. Michigan's from Slam. They play the characters they like, but their meta is not just one set meta. They don't play all one style of deck. They're super diverse. They have Phil Birch, who's probably the world's best aggro player. Slam's probably, he is the best player now in cardboard, in my opinion. They got Marcus. Marcus Singleton's a solid player. They got Joe Horth, who I love. And they got Jeremy Ray. Jeremy Ray is a control player. He's like a 5-handy, grindy,
he has
so
a chain of cardboard.
yeah, he has chains of cardboard. We all know about that. I got this from Dan Austin from the UK. The UK players like to play what characters they are doing well in the meta on stateside, and then they adjust those characters to adapt their play styles. So they may turn a Ringman deck, who's normally a Ringman, who's an aggro player, and turn him into more of a tempo control type deck, which you probably could off of Life. I could see that.
Oh yeah, probably.
And then Dylan from Indy gave me their breakdown. They're more of a mid-range to aggro. They're aggro and mid-range. They're free as fuck. We all know this. Sean Bullock, I'm looking right at you. You know what happened between you and Corey Hicks, but I love you. Turn your phone on because you have more notes there. So all the metas differ, but the issue is when preparing for a national event, do you feel like a local meta that maybe not follows the meta decks? Do you guys feel that in preparing for a national type event, should you always play the meta decks, or should you use other decks?
It kind of really depends on the on what the meta is shaping up like.
Okay.
I know going into Worlds, we were all playing a lot of different decks, and although Aaron was playing Wheel and Steel, he was not playing a traditional Wheel and Steel character.
Yeah, you're playing
and-
Shen. You're playing
And he was
Shen.
playing
instead.
Death Blows. Too.
Yeah, and he was playing Death Blows.
So like,
yeah.
so like,
Death Blows turns hilarious.
yeah, that was an easy way to prepare for both the meta in Wheel and Steel
Mhm.
and the random killers that are
Yeah,
that are in.
that gave us a good look into how to play against Shen.
Yes.
So that kind of helped me out. I lost the match against Scott Sundman, but that helped me take it to game 3 because I was able to kind of pace out my turn
Yeah,
properly.
and that gave me really good insight to because Wheel and Steel players at Worlds were like clown carring
Yeah.
their sideboard.
Yeah.
So like I played against an Anarchist that is just turned into Shen game
Oh.
2 and I beat Shen and then
Yeah.
he's like, well then now I gotta beat Yamato Man.
Yeah, and then you have issues.
yes.
I know that in preparation here in Rockford, a lot of us don't play like the hardcore meta decks. I know Marco plays some off the wall characters. He played Victor at the PTC. He actually did pretty well.
played
with
QB
it.
tonight.
He played QB tonight.
He's an Advent Pyron player.
Yeah, he's a big Pyron player. So like it's hard to test. I guess we could get like the random deck that we might
Yeah.
face against him. I know you guys get tons of practice against me, even though I may mess up a lot because I'm usually tired half the time when we play.
Yeah, Rob would say you're bad.
Oh yeah, Rob. Oh, I know I'm bad. It's okay. It's okay. It's
But-
all right.
But yeah,
But yeah,
we get to see the pieces.
yeah.
In
Aaron,
in
your
movement.
thoughts? Do you have any thoughts on that about testing locally? Do you feel that locals presents a good map on what to expect? At least us locally.
Us, I actually like how ours faces because you usually play something that's OP and you try and raffle stomp everyone.
That's also true.
And then usually it's about a 50-50, someone to play something random or someone to play something good. So you get everything.
Okay. A good amalgamation. Turn your phone back on. Don't let it shut off.
It's gonna
So,
die.
I think we've covered like compete. Okay, for another example, the nationals meta and our PTC meta wasn't super different like it normally is, but it had a few different wrinkles. There were some wrinkles in it,
Yeah.
which was pretty neat. It was exciting, and all the content's on our YouTube channel. But with that,
Except for me and Big Johnson's match.
yeah.
The camera shut off. I don't know
Oh, I don't know. Whatever.
what happened.
It's okay. But other than that, I think we covered it okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we covered this?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to throw in at the end there?
Actually, why would I commit that?
I always say I know it's a card game and everybody wants to win, but everybody also wants to have fun. And I think your
But
local
fun is winning, and winning is fun.
It depends.
Oh no. Trust me.
But
Trust me. I know people who have not won and not have fun.
True. But
As long
my
as the
point.
deck works, I can still have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
I see, like if as long as you put forth an effort,
Yeah.
I got 2-0'd by Nick Birch at the
Yeah.
PTC, but I still had fun playing him because it's fun to see decks work sometimes, and sometimes you just get rolled on turn 2. So but I think that every group should not really post their results, but at least reach out to other groups and say, hey, so and so, what are you guys playing? What's winning your meta? What's winning your locals or whatever. You don't have to come out and say who's playing what. So it's like Yamato Man won, or Metal Man, or Vega won, or God forbid there's multiple Vegas. But
Today I took a deck that wasn't mine and tweaked it slightly and played it.
yeah, he won with Turbo Man tonight, so that was different. I was playing Airman, which I got that deck from Rob and Scott from Maryland. It's a fun deck. It's awesome because it's basically the deck that Scott played at Nationals, but
And a new set came out, so I had to build Proto
yeah,
Man
you built
2.
Proto Man 2. So it's just we have a weird thing. Our players are weird, and we're bad. So, but anywho, in closing, I just want to say that thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how we're doing, if we need to improve anything. And then I'll end this by saying you either commit or be committed. Can you turn it off? Good night, everyone.